This is the last trailer for the Fantastic Four. First step has been officially launched. It's a sign that there's only a few more meals. The film will air at the end of July, when there's too much information about the movie being opened. Gradually, as much hot information as after credit of Thunderbolt. The new Avenger is connected to the Fantastic Four. Or the end of the Fantastic Four. There will be a direct connection with Avenger. Doomsday is making us even more excited. This will be an important part of Phase 6. In this last trailer, we'll continue to reveal, give us some interesting information, or a new perspective for this movie. Let's dig deeper with us. The final trailer for the Fantastic Four. First step in the video. The trailer opens with a scene. He appeared in previous trailers last month. This is the studio for the gibberish test. I also said this in the previous video, that this is going to be kind of a program. Popular reality television of the 60s in the US. Specifically, this program. It will be similar to the real-life version. Real of Edson Ravanzo. And the stage of the Fantastic Group, for is worth standing for. It's kind of like the Bisto stage. In its reality show, the novelty here is that there's one more detail. It's a warning device. Has appeared. Emergency alert right on the TV show. But this dried fruit, it's going to get me hired up to 5. The Power Ranger of America. I'm about to transform. So this is a wristwatch-like device. And there's a group logo display. Equipment. Each person will have a different style. It's not synchronized. This is understandable, because the 4 of them will have different powers. This device must also have synchronized features as they use power. It's like their shooter. Right after that, the group of them run straight out the backstage to do their job of protecting the world. In other words, cancel the show. But that, at least someone will have to understand them. This case and then, it's about taking advantage of each member. Groups with their specific abilities. More than. The highlight would be Mr. Fantastic. Like to play golf. In the trailers. Has become a mystery spot because of Rick Richard, is the only one. Not showing your ability clearly. Then, this trailer shows it more fully. What is the elastic motions of? Rick looks smoother and more alive. If you look closely, you will see when we landed, Rick tipped 1 foot out front to touch the ground. Then gravity did. He sucked his whole body down. It creates a slightly elastic bounce that's quite intuitive. Overall, I think this case is pretty good. Same with Invisible Woman. We can also see more about your abilities. When Sue used the force field to repair some of the neighboring, broken on the railway. And everyone's admiring gold. Ben and Johnny, it's the opposite extremes. About their attitude to their power. With Johnny, he's quite interested. And confidently show off his peak power. Training through the neighborhoods. In the applause of everyone. Johnny also flew across a sea. The advertisement is quite funny. About sunscreen products, there are also. It is the official product of the Fantastic Four, along with a yellow group symbol on the back. I hope this will be a good product. It's not a group trip. Ben is different. He wears a rather discreet outfit. With a thoughtful gait. Someone on the street tried to talk to Ben. Say out your mouth. But Ben denies it. And given that. That's not what I really mean. Even so, the guy said raw from East covering time. As a mockery. Ben also paid you luck and replied that. It's only in cartoons. That is, outside of the sunscreen business. Raw. Then the Super Quartet. Also licensed for an animated program. Turned them into children's movies. It seems like this quartet moved out of the evil trade business. And then there's Johnny in the air. Waving to the audience below. Turn yourself into a flamethrower and fly. It creates the effect of a quartet's logo. It's beautiful, that are familiar with their stories. The point here is that there's something behind Johnny. The smoke of a factory. This could be a complex. The clean energy mix of the 4 superpowers. That is, at this moment. They're going to launch another technology project. Then there's dinner, the group's reunion on Sunday night. What was in the previous trailer? We've also seen more of this. When Ben and Herbie were cooking together, and Johnny's making fun of his brother. When they announced they had a child. In this trailer, that dinner was interrupted. When a fluctuating announcement has occurred. And they're seeing the disaster. When there's a big explosion in the sky. In the trailer, right after this. John Lee flew directly there to assess the situation. Server. Celeba also appeared. Accompanied by announcements. The definitive often scene of a messenger from Galactus. Celeba's voice sounds quite strange. When we will feel. It's a voice. It comes from a metal body. It produces a certain degree of yellowness. When Salazar appeared in the square and announced, the cameras are all pointing at you. And was televised. Live this event. One of those screens had a title. It's the aliens. Metal shows up. What's interesting is that it's on my left. Film review. Attack on the Fallen Guy. It's a cartoon from the 60s. It's kind of like The Last of Us. When it's related. So this is going to be a reference to the movie. Perobasca just played golf there. Come here and save the world. The 4 superheroes are also standing on a lid. Huge tribute. Although, in this scene, it's not clear what it is. But in another behind-the-scenes photo, we can see the manhole cover. This is a tribute to the 4 superheroes. Save the world on August 8. On August 8, 1961, the first edition of The Fantastic was published. For published, it's going to describe the brush battle with Giganto. They're also counted as anomalous creatures. Here's the view from outer space. Looking towards the Earth. Above is an alien ship. This is Galaxy's tattoo ship. It's approaching the Earth. Then there's the group scene of the Fantastic Four. Is wearing a Phi protective suit. Go to this place with the server. With their logo on them. This could be one of the machines that Galactus. It's used to absorb material. Convert it into a form that can be consumed. We see the rift and how the soul is going. When you see, this inner Galactus is waking up. There's something remarkable about Galactus. There's a plate. Round form in front of his chest. This could simply be an adapter. Energy absorption extracted from the ship. In the process of transforming the planet for consumption. Or even more crazy. Then it could be the cosmic egg that Galactus incubated. Inside to survive the explosion. The 6th iteration of the universe. So it's likely that Galactus will target baby Franklin. To use the woe's power to bend reality. To rebuild a complete universe of the past. And when the server reads out the name of Galactus, the whole group was running like crazy. Try to get out of there. I just read the name man ran away. Such slippers are lost to space. 6x6, this movie is a bit weird. That must be when they realize the power of Galactus. What happens when the server reads out the name Galactus? Her face is a little puckered. And there's sadness in those eyes. It's also showing the mood of the Salabao. That she doesn't want this either. And I'm having to do it reluctantly. We all know. Salabao has become a server. Our mission is to save our planet. But now you're helping him. Destroying the life of a planet. Reaching other emotions. So there's bound to be a vibration in Salabao as well. It's open to a little help for the quartet. There will be another way to avoid this destructive catastrophe. In this scene, we're going to see a view of the Galactus. When you look at Salabao's companions. It's these 4 tiny dots. Then what are you playing for? First year watch to Raptors. Sam Wilson with Record and Thunderbolt with Century. He's shaking his brain. Now, if you add this one, there are 100. Sam's mouth can't hold this hook. In the scene of people heading to the spacecraft to leave, Ben is carrying Tony. I'm probably too scared to fly. And Rick is Hatchet. Link to previous trailers. Then this will also be the time of Sue's labor. Maybe Sue was too strong. Or Galactus acting to make you unstable. At this stage, the server will be right behind you. Don't let them leave so easily. So Reed was in a hurry. They will also use it. Some breakthrough way to get out of there. According to Reed's calculations, they might use a wormhole. In that moment to cut the tail that they shot straight. Sang dense. Whether the other is in this phase or not, I'm not sure either. When Ben, if you cough, you can stick to it and reveal your teeth. It looked a little strange, and then the train sped up, fly away from the Galactus ship. In this view, the ship of Galactus, it looks like a giant cube. It's like the ship of Eterno. It's also a basic form of mass. It's not as complicated in terms of design. Other species commonly seen. Then a series. The scenes have also appeared in previous games. When the quartet, they came back and they weren't sure. What I do can be protected. For everyone as always or not. Even though they're the only hope here. The answer caused the crowd to panic. Want to ask more. But Rick left. Then there's Sue holding Franklin in the middle of the stream. Some people hold up the sign. It says Earth. I believe in you. It's as if Franklin's the solution to saving the world. It will also make them. You have to lose your child. So Rick had to try to find another solution. Not to have to trade your family. In this scene, Rick is looking for other solutions. Where a series of equations is not possible, and he erased it. Rick's plan is also revealing part of the facts. The next time Ben said that it's not. Rick doesn't just want to crush the enemy or Sal. It means there's still a big plan behind it. Then the scenes. The whole group moves by their own means. Now, the car will not simply run on the street. It can also fly. If you look closely, you'll see that there's only one seat in the driver's seat. There will be 3 seats in the back. As if it's designed to look like a miniature spacecraft. Next is the Galaxy. Walking in the city, with its giant interface. In the previous trailer, then we've also seen the bar gate at an angle. This part looks pretty fake. It's like robot scenes. Fighting in Superman movies. Is the person in the suit moving around in the model city? So it's not very convincing. Notable point in this paragraph. It's a giant building. Next to Tower F, and in France and look in the distance. You'll also see that there are 2 other devices. It's also sending energy up into the sky. It's like a defensive device, then an energy-sucking device, so that would rule out the possibility that this is stuff. Profession to for Galactus. Energy suction. It reminds me of some of your movies. Ton of. It's about moving the Earth to another solar system. Nature. Then this work is also carrying the same meaning. This could be a project that's part of the solution that Rick came up with to save the planet. It could be a device. The whole Earth into a giant wormhole. To make a spectacular disappear right in front of the galaxy. But it's clear that this plan is going to go awry. At a certain stage, there are 2 things that are most recognizable. One is related to energy. There's a series of these. It could leave the Earth without enough energy to move into the final stage. Or Galactus simply appear earlier than expected. And there's almost nothing they can do about it. Then the team will need a more risky plan B. It's that instead of taking the Earth somewhere else, then they'll lure the Galactus to take them to another universe. And so the new Avengers enough of this. The final impression is a strawberry on the rock, when Earthling brings a very interesting interface. With a thick set of his oil. There have been many such cases in the comics. Even the oil of Earthling is long, just like the teachers. Gypsies of the East. Was different. So there's nothing strange about the bearded rock, but at Sao Ben grows a beard at this stage. I think it's going to involve a contact into some sort of space-time dilation. When it's near a black hole or a wormhole, make Ben to suffer the effects of time more and older, more quickly after this trailer. So we can see that Marvel is making a wise and calculated move when choosing the timeline of the movie. Was in the 60s. Before that, there were movies used the same context, thanks to Loki's TVA or WandaVision. It was very successful and won the hearts of the audience. Another universe also brings an answer, more rational about the emergence of the superquad. The trailer cleverly paints a picture of the quartet. They're both superheroes and celebrities. They have their own logo, TV shows, ads, and there's also an animated version of Theo. This group is clearly not just fighting to save the world. They will be a global brand. Here's an interesting transfer. Compared to the traditional hero bone motif, the quartet is not burdened by who I am. Should I save the world or not? Like Batman or Doctor Strange, that they're going to treat everything like a raw tech startup. Crisis, handle communications and develop follow-up projects. Reid Richards in the previous trailers, I'm the main. And I'm not ready to show up. But this time it's clearer. The ability to relax has been shown to be smoother. There's a dynamic physics. But more importantly, the expression. It's not just a genius brain. He will be a father. The leader's husband. We're looking for ways to save the Earth. Just protecting my child. This is the emotional focus of the film. Sue has a child. Rick has a headache solving the equation. Joni makes sense, or is Ben looking for his ideal life? It all made me feel fantastic. For is a confused family. It's more than a group of good fighters. But that mess makes them more real. And more specifically, especially when you put them in the context of a global catastrophe. The trailer is cold. Just helpless, the voice boomed like an AI with a bit of tragedy. Your eyes are clear that you are breaking. One world. But she's not simply the wrong guy. Galactus is off the table. He doesn't have to explain. Just being present is enough. To make any AI would have to shake. Marvel is slowly opening up a force, that the danger comes from the scale of the universe. They're not just good at fighting. Galactus is not the last boss. Punch each other and it's done. That would be a fundamental threat to the universe, one whom all the power of man cannot bear. Something that happened in another universe. The possibility of being lost to Space 6A6. Defense projects can move the entire Earth. Or the involvement of the Silver Surfer. Galactus and maybe Franklin. It's obviously Marvel. We are serious about building a foundation. Nail for a macro stage of Secret War. However, there will be some exceptions. I can arrange an early warning. It's CGI Galactus walking down the street more than kids. Not worthy of honor. It's kind of like a 90s robot movie that's kind of fake. Some of the emotional details haven't really hit the floor yet. As deep as the rich story. Hugging your head seems a bit fast. If you can't, the good amount will fade. The villain needs more depth. If only Salabau stopped tearing inwardly. There's a lack of motivation to create great drama. This trailer shows the combination. In the middle of building a new world, character development, and evoking great drama. Marvel is obviously taking it seriously. Take the quartet from the MCU into a central group for this ambitious transition period. These are also my shares of the final trailer for the Fantastic and First Step. What do you think? Please comment to discuss together. Hello and see you in the videos. Next.